This guy ordered me, and he the entire time was trying to sell me on Jesus and the Bible and how I needed to return to God's light. And I was like,
wait,
okay.
Okay, what's the biggest tip you've ever got?
$300? I once got a $300 tip. That was the biggest I got.
Hello YouTube! Today, we are interviewing Sunny, an e-girl who works on Epal, and she has over 1,000 people that she's already worked with. Today, we're gonna be delving into the Valorant e-girl scene. If you guys want to see this stuff live, come on over to twitch.tv/eggwick. If you do enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. I do ask you guys to please be respectful, please be nice as we do this. We are trying to get more insight into how these things work. That's the purpose of this interview. We did this before, actually, when we brought on the ex-cheater on stream to interview them. I kind of want to expand the content by looking at other avenues or other sources in the Valorant community. Well, eventually branching out to just general gaming. I'm gonna go message Sunny now, guys.
Hi.
Hi. How's your day?
My day's pretty good. Got my rocked in Valorant, so we're vibing.
Nice. Wait, what rank are you in Valorant?
I'm gold 1 currently. But like I think I peaked gold 2, like last act. I'm not really good.
No,
but,
gold is like average or above average, actually.
Like average. It used to be silver was average, but now I think gold's average because people got better.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Anyway,
but I'm gold 1.
Yeah, thank you so much for like being down to do this interview.
Yeah, of course.
So before we start, can you like tell us a little bit about yourself, like about Epal and the job?
Am I allowed to like self-promo myself here? Like,
yeah, no, go for it. Go for it.
Okay, I don't want to like do anything that's not allowed.
No, go for it.
So, hi, I'm Sun. I'm 19 and I do Epal. If you recognize my voice at all, I have a TikTok called Epal Sun where I upload stories and stuff about just like Epal and my experiences on it because I wanted to make more money and I thought that was a good avenue to do it and it worked. I've been doing it for like, I think a little over 6 months now. I just kind of like did it because I wanted money. I'm not even gonna lie. Like all the time people are like, oh, like why did you start like Epal? Like what was like, did you feel like really motivated to do it? Were you like excited or whatever? Like was there like some like, you know, deciding factor? It was money. It was money. I just wanted money.
Yeah, is it worth it though? Like with the amount you earn?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, also I maybe do like, okay, so I play Valorant a lot like anyway, just because it's a video game. I'm gonna play it in my free time. And so I think like it's worth what I'm earning. I think I do, my prices right now are $6 a unrated and $7 for a comp. Let's say like a game takes like 30 minutes or so. I'm making like $12 to $14 an hour. I know that's not really like all of it. Like, you know, sometimes the game goes for 45 minutes, so it's not really that, but roughly like I'd say I maybe earn like 12 an hour or so. So I think that's about minimum wage in a lot of areas.
Right. And you would be playing Valorant anyway, right? So might as well.
I would be playing Valorant anyway, so it's not like there's any like issue with it.
Right.
Like for me, like it's like I'm already doing this. I'm in like college right now. I do it online. So I don't need a job. I'm still living at home and stuff, so I don't really need a job outside of like, you know, doing college, thankfully, because my parents are really understanding. But I wanted just something that I could do from home, and the idea of being like a call center worker sounded miserable.
Yeah.
So we're doing this instead.
Wait, so this is like a side gig for you then?
Yeah, basically. I think like I don't earn like money that you would get at like a regular job. Maybe like a part-time job, but like if I was working a 9 to 5, I'd definitely be making more. But I make enough for me because like I live at home and the only bill I pay is my internet bill.
Yeah.
So most of my stuff just goes into savings for when I move out.
I see. And are most of like the Epals usually like side gigs or side jobs?
Oh yeah, no, 100% most people are doing it as a side gig. I think before I started my TikTok, I was only getting like maybe $400 a month, like roughly. And like that's not bad money, but it's $400 and
wait,
we
you
can
get
live off of that.
$400 a month?
Yeah, $400 a month roughly is what I was getting when I first started out. I'm now like I can get like anywhere from like 800 to like 1,000 roughly, so I kind of like doubled it.
Wait,
maybe a little bit more with just doing my TikTok, because I think my TikTok sort of like popularized my Epal basically. And like I think prior to my TikTok, and this is gonna sound like really full of myself, but like prior to my TikTok, I don't think a lot of people understood anything about Epal or like the people who are doing Epal beyond like the couple of videos that they've seen that are sponsorships. Most of those are just going to be focused on the guy or girl ordering the Epal, not really on the Epal themselves. It's more like a, whoa, this is crazy. Holy shit. Someone ordered an Epal. And it's like, yeah, I get it. Like, it seems weird, but there are actual people out there who actually order Epals like every day. And so it's like not...
Wait, so you have like returning customers on like a weekly basis?
Yeah, 100%. Well, I do, I have these like little things where when I get an order or whatever, I give out a coupon. I'll send one to you right now just so you can like see what it looks like. It's a punch card basically. And so if you complete 5 orders with me, you get your 6th one free. And that tends to have people come as like returning customers simply because like, not because they're actually going to get a 6th one free. Like they don't actually care about that, but it's like they enjoy like the idea of it. They think it's like fun. I've had people like be like, oh yeah, no, I've repeatedly ordered you because I think that's like, it seems fun. It's funny. It works like a business almost. I think I had someone, I was talking to this one dude and he was like, you run like your Epal like a business rather than just like for fun or like you're trying to like, I don't pretend to be anyone's friend. I should like clarify that. I know a lot of people are like, oh, people are paying for a friend. I don't pretend to be anyone's friend on Epal. I don't like do that. I'm not gonna sit there and giggle at their jokes and stuff because if I don't find it funny, I'm gonna just say like, that's not funny.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't have the time to like fake it. I'm very genuine for the most part. Like if I don't like someone, I just won't take their order again, or I'll straight up tell them, you're making me uncomfortable. If you don't stop, I'm gonna leave. And if they continue, I leave.
Wait, and has that ever like happened? Like where you've actually just left?
Oh yes, all the time. Yeah, no. So I'm gonna say this, and I think this is like not just an Epal thing, but it's part of being a girl on the internet. You get harassed. I think men do as well, but girls get harassed at like a much higher level than men do. And so I was already getting harassed, like just playing Valorant. Yeah. But like then like take into the like account that like these men like are paying for your time. So they assume that they like deserve it or something, or like that they are owed your time. Yeah. And they think that they can say whatever they want, do whatever they want, and like just they think that like they are owed your time, whereas they really aren't. And I don't let them think that. I don't do the whole like, it's okay if you're like gonna be mean to me, like that's fine. I'll just like sit through it and like get through it. I'm not gonna do that. I think that's stupid.
No, but how does that work actually? Like if you just leave the game, how does that work with Epal?
I record all of my games. Like when I'm playing with someone, I tell them at the beginning because you are required to. This is one thing that really is a pet peeve for me. Streamers will record Epals all the time without telling them. It's explicitly against Epal rules to do that.
Wait, really?
But so yeah, it's explicitly against Epal rules. And like people who are hired by Epal for videos will stream Epals without telling them they're streaming them. I've seen like awful like cases of just girls being like, yeah, I didn't know I was being streamed. They asked me like a bunch of inappropriate questions. I was really uncomfortable, etc., etc., etc. And like, thankfully it's never happened to me that I at least know of. But like, it's yucky. I don't like it. Where was I going with this? I go off on tangents, so I apologize. But I record all of my Epal orders. If someone makes me uncomfortable, I tell them at the beginning, like, I'm recording this, like, just so you know, it's not going to be uploaded anywhere, but like, it's for my own safety. And if someone makes me uncomfortable and they're breaking Epal rules, I simply go, all right, I'm giving you a warning now, like, quit or I'm gonna leave. And then if they continue, I leave. And then if they try and give me a bad review or want a refund, I send that over to Epal and I go like, hey, this guy like was doing this or that, or like this client was doing this or that. And they're like, oh yeah, of course, we'll take down that review or like whatever, if the review is false. There's like certain like laws about like how you can remove reviews and stuff, because Epal is, much to a lot of people's like surprise, an American-run company. There's a lot of like laws about how you can take down reviews, but normally if it's like a false review and you have evidence, they will take it down for you. So I've never gotten a bad review actually, even when like I've left. Nobody's ever tried to refund or whatever. I think it's because I'm very assertive, I guess. Like it's very rare that I get any orders that make me like genuinely uncomfortable. I've had like 1 or 2 people like do it, but like out of like everyone I've served, most people are really chill.
What's the like worst experience you've had with like a customer then?
There was this one time, and I've posted a TikTok about it, so it might be a familiar story for some people, but this guy ordered me and he the entire time was trying to sell me on Jesus and the Bible and how I needed to return to God's light. And I was like,
wait,
okay. And I just kind of sat there the entire time. And when I tried to speak, he would not let me. He would just continue talking. And so I just let him. And like, he paid for it. And like, it wasn't like, you know, I mean, there's obviously the off experience where like some guy will like show me his thing. But like, that's just like whatever in comparison to like some guy sitting there being like, here's the Bible. You need it. That's like... It's so out there, you know?
Wait, how long did he pay? Like, did he pay for like 2 3 days?
It was a full hour. And I just sat there for like a full hour. I started doing like my math homework. I literally just started doing math homework while he was talking.
Wait, so you so that is worse than like creepy encounters? Wait.
Yeah, no, because like if there's a creep, I just leave.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I don't deal with the creeps. Like they could like be like, yeah, I've had like guys be like, you're so hot, and I'll just go, no, we're not doing this, and I'll like leave. I'm not doing it. I don't have like the energy for it.
Damn.
I don't care. And like the biggest, I had this one guy actually call me his Asian princess. Now, mind you, I don't show my face.
Yeah.
My ethnicity is not out there to see, but I am not Asian. And so I informed him of such and said, that's kind of just a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
And he said, no, you are Asian. And I went, I think I would know. But he was very insistent. And I was like, I'm gonna go now because this is weird.
Wait, that is so weird. Holy crap. And wait,
Yeah.
do you actually know like what's the usually age demographic or the
like,
usual
ordering
customer
people?
base? Yeah.
I'd say like 18 to 25 is like majority what I get.
Hmm.
But I also get a lot of people who come over from TikTok who are like just trying it once or twice because they're like interested because they saw one of my videos or just a video from a YouTuber or like whatever else. And they're like, how does this actually work? Like, is this legit? Like they think it's a joke and then they order and they're like, this isn't. Oh, wow, that's weird. I've had orders. I think the oldest guy I ever played with was like in his 50s.
50s?
Yeah, he was in his 50s. And his wife had recently passed and he had no kids. And one of his coworkers signed him up for Epal because they were worried that he was lonely.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not. Like, he's like, I'm good. Like,
Right.
I'm fine. But like, he's like, I have the money on this account, so I might as well spend it.
Mhm.
And he told me he had been playing with people and he had like this real thick Southern accent.
Yeah.
And he was from like rural like Indiana or something. I don't know where it was, but somewhere like rural. And he was telling me all about how he had never like been outside of his state or anything. And he was meeting all of these girls on Epal and like all these guys on Epal who were like from like just like different places in the world. And he was like, it's completely opened my worldview and stuff. And
Yeah.
like it was really wholesome. Like that's probably my most wholesome experience actually was just that guy. He was like, my entire worldview has like shifted just from talking to these people. It's really like interesting.
Wow. Wait, but are they usually guys or do you sometimes
Normally
get, like...
guys, yeah. I
Oh,
get
I see.
like a couple of girls, like, I think I've maybe 10 girls. And sometimes if I normally get ordered for group orders and sometimes there'll be girls in like those group orders, but it's most often a guy ordering.
Wait, Epal has group orders? Wait, how does that work?
Yeah. Well, like, okay, so like someone will like order me and then it's like a 4-stack already. And so I'll just like join their call and like play like a 5-stack with them or whatever.
I see. And that's not like a different price or anything, right?
No, it's not a different. Actually, I prefer group orders.
Oh, okay.
I think group orders are like way more fun. It's easier to vibe. See, because what I've learned with group orders is there's a really good way to go about it. You sit there for like 5 minutes, you make your little small talk or whatever. You find the person that everyone is making fun of, okay? Like the person that they're kind of like just like giving them some shit.
Yeah.
And then you give them just a little bit of shit. Everyone thinks you're fucking hilarious. Right off the bat, you are the funniest person there.
That's like the secret to making friends.
Secret to making friends, make fun of the person that they're all making fun of.
I mean, there's always that one guy, right?
Yeah, basically. Well, there's always the one person who people are gonna like make fun of. It's funny, like they just get it.
Yeah.
Like they just like find you hilarious after that. I think it's just because like I think with Epal, you're supposed to be very mild mannered on it. You're supposed to be very mild mannered. You're supposed to give this facade of like the perfect gamer girl, ooh woo, like that whole thing. I'm sure people have seen like her the actual TikToks.
Yeah.
I know the girl who does those ones. Oh boy. But like the whole like thing that they're trying to give off is like this vibe of like just like precious and sweet and like whatever and docile. And I don't really do that. I'm kind of just vibing. And I think a lot of girls on there are kind of just vibing. Like that's like their thing. They don't go into it with like the weird like persona or whatever. I don't do a persona when I do it because what's the point in that? You know, like it will eventually slip. The facade slips, and I'm not gonna like deal with like putting up a facade just for it to slip.
That's true. But wait, on that topic, actually, you mentioned how there are lots of dudes who come up and order you. What percentage of them try to actually like get into a relationship with you after?
None.
None?
Okay, I'm sure some have like tried. Either I'm like stupid and I don't see it. I don't really notice it. I know girls on Epal who have become like who have gotten into relationships with their clients, who have dated other Epals, etc., etc., etc. I don't do it. I see Epal as a business. I see it as a money-making opportunity. I don't see it as a place to make friends. I don't see it as a place to like, you know, fall in love with someone or whatever. That's just like not my thing. I'm on there to like make my money and like get off.
Damn. That's a business mindset now. I respect it. Damn, wait. Okay, so what advice do you have for someone who's trying to get into Epal and like this line of work?
I think it's definitely, you have to have the personality for it.
Okay.
I don't recommend it to anyone who does not like, who doesn't know how to yell at people. You have to know how to yell at people and like set your boundaries.
Right.
Everyone I know who has had bad experiences, they're just kind of like, oh yeah, like this guy was making me uncomfortable and I didn't know what to do. It's, you tell them, you are making me uncomfortable, you stop now or I leave. And 9 times out of 10, they will stop. Like 9 times out of 10, if you're like explicitly like, this is making me uncomfortable, do not say it, I will leave. They're like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize. Because a lot of times people just don't realize. Like, and that's just like, it's not just an Epal thing, it's just like a social thing in general. People don't always understand when they're doing something that makes someone else uncomfortable.
Right.
If you're like the type of person who knows how to set those boundaries, definitely a good line of like quote unquote work for you, side hustle even. I think also just in general, if you like talking to people, if you're shy, it's probably not going to work out because like I find myself carrying conversations like 9 times out of 10.
In terms of like boundaries, actually, like does Epal have any boundaries or do they have like any like measures to prevent people from doxing you or trying to find out certain things? Or protecting the Epals in general?
That's a good question. Epal is a freelancing site.
Yeah.
And you will be told that time and time again when you start. It is a freelancing site. Epal is not responsible for your safety or whatever. They obviously like do like the basics on the site, like make sure people don't get doxxed on the site or whatever. But if like you go off the platform, like say you go use like Discord for like your Epal calls or whatever, they are basically like, we've wiped your hand, like our hands clean of that. Like that's not our responsibility. If you get harassed over there, like whatever, it's not our responsibility is like a pretty common consensus. So it's all about kind of just keeping yourself safe. It's like most freelance work, you keep yourself safe.
Damn. Wait, has anything happened to you like that's been dangerous?
Well,
or
I would like to call myself a bit of a liar.
Okay.
I don't tell 100% truths about myself most of the time. I don't feel like the need to tell everyone like my personal information, where I go to school, like what state I live in. So like, you know, people know I live like on like in a certain like region, but I'm never going to tell them what state I live in. Or if I do, it's not going to be like my actual state. And if it is my actual state, well, they have to compare that to like 6 other people who have been told a different state. So they'll never really know.
Damn, wait, but do you like lie to people just to pump up their ego? Or because I know a lot of like lonely people get on Epal, right? And a lot of people who are like looking for validation.
I have found that being very brutally honest with people much better than like lying and being like, oh, you're so good, oh, like blah 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 blah. Being brutally honest with people, they find you funnier, they find you more entertaining. I don't do like the whole like, oh my god, you're so good at the game to people. I'm like, damn dude, that play was dog shit. And they'll laugh and they think it's funny.
Yeah.
Nobody needs like their ego like pumped up with it. And I think like a lot of like Epal, they do encourage you to do that. Like there's like guides on how to be an Epal. They definitely encourage people to like, you know, like pump up like your clients' egos and stuff. But I have found like being honest and just treating them sort of like I would anyone else is the best way.
I see. Wait, someone asked in chat, like, is your major related to Epal or anything like that?
No, absolutely not. I don't think you can major in Epal.
No, like I thought you'd be like in like social studies or something. No?
Social studies? No,
like
I'm 19, so I've not chosen like my major right now. I'm still just doing community college. Like I don't plan on choosing like an actual major until like I'm actually starting to spend money, because I just do community college for the sake of not spending money. College is expensive. It's so expensive.
Wait, I'm sorry. I just realized social studies is history?
Social studies is history.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I think you mean psychology or like psychiatry maybe.
Is
that what you meant?
Bad,
yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Social studies is like more normally history, yeah, at least in America. I think in other parts of the world they view it differently. But yeah, we would call it psychology here if you're like studying like the mind and how like people work and like what makes them tick, basically. I kind of just have like I guess a bit of a passion for like psychology to a degree. Like I've toyed with the idea of becoming a psychologist simply because, like I've been in therapy all of my life because my family was scared that I was going to be like traumatized for some reason, and I'm like fine. And so I'm really into psychiatry and like psychology and like all of that stuff, and I like learning about people and what makes them tick.
Right. Do you enjoy doing Epal?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't do it if I was miserable. Like I'm just not the type of person who does something that makes me miserable. I will quit. So like yeah, there's obviously like orders that like I don't enjoy, or like people I don't enjoy, but I just don't interact with them again or whatever. Epal itself, like overall, is pretty fun, and I'm making money playing video games. It's basically like just getting into a Discord call with like a random. Like that's it. Like, you know, like when you're solo queuing or whatever, and then you party up with someone. That's literally what Epal is for me.
Right.
I partied up with some random from my unrated game, and now I have to do like the weird, awkward, like getting to know them part.
Right. In line with that, has there been anyone you like vibe with so much that you continued to play after, even if they're not paying you?
No, absolutely not.
No, not what? Okay,
No,
not
absolutely
even
not.
one.
It costs money. I will not do anything for free. Absolutely not.
That's a great
That is like my
mindset.
most common question.
Yeah.
I get it under like all of my videos. I used to respond with like, you know, well, I've made a video on this before, but TLDR, like, no, it's just like not my thing. Now I just respond with no, just no.
I mean, that's just how the business works, right?
Yeah.
Wait, so your parents know you do this, right?
Yeah, no, my family knows. My extended family doesn't, but that's because I don't talk to them. But like, my immediate family knows. I've tried to explain it to them.
Yeah, what do they think?
Well, they don't really get it. See, my mom, she, like, I was explaining it to her and, like, trying to, like, explain what I do. And she paused, like, she makes me pause. She goes, "Are you making money?" I go, "Yes." She goes, "Is it illegal money?" I go, "No." She goes, "Okay, I don't care then." She said, "So long as you're making money, it does not matter to me."
Yeah.
Legally.
Oh, you know, I mean, wait, that's actually... And they don't see your TikToks or anything like that?
I have my mother blocked on TikTok.
Okay.
Most of my family doesn't have
fair.
TikTok, but
Yeah.
I have my mother blocked on TikTok because one of her coworkers made her get TikTok.
Uh-huh.
And I was so angry. I was like, "How dare you make my mom get TikTok? How dare you?"
I see. Wait, so you said you were on TikTok, right? And the TikTok blew up your Epal. Before TikTok, how many orders were you getting on like on a month-to-month basis?
I'm gonna pull up my Epal for that actually because like I could not tell you exactly.
But was
I
it
have,
like a
the,
big jump after TikTok?
I'd say like double, definitely. And I've not served. I should say because I heard you like talking about like, oh, you've served 1,000 people or whatever.
Yeah.
I've not served 1,000 people. Epal counts orders as like individual orders. So if I do 4 orders with one person, it still counts as 4 people served.
Oh,
I don't really know why.
okay.
It's just Epal itself. But I'd say I've definitely served like 400 people.
Oh, and like a bunch of them are repeats.
And after a while, Epal also like deletes reviews and stuff.
Right.
I think I started in, no, it was not March, April? April. All right. So in April, I completed 18 orders. And my total income that month was $400.
And that's for like 18 hours or 18 games?
18 games. Probably average that out to like 18 games.
Yeah,
Like
that's-
probably like 10 hours. Let's say
that's
like 10
pretty good,
hours.
though.
Like, you know, being generous here.
Yeah.
Most of those games only cost $6 or like around $6 or $7, but then people can tip. So when someone like orders off Epal, after they're done with the order, it prompts them like, "Oh, do you want to leave a tip?" It's kind of like when you order at a coffee shop and you're like, "You didn't do anything. Why am I tipping you?"
Wait, they tip you after? How much do they usually tip?
Yeah, people can tip afterwards. You're not required to, but it is an option to. And so sometimes people will tip. My first ever order on the site, I at the time was charging $3 per game. Had a guy order me. He was so nice. He left this like wonderful, really long review about how wonderful it was to play with me. He was super, super cool. He told me, "Up your prices," tipped me $100, never spoke to me again.
Wow, wait, okay, what's the biggest tip you've ever got?
$300? I once got a $300 tip. That was the biggest I got.
Damn, that is crazy. That's like your entire 1 month earning in one
Yeah,
session.
basically. Well, like, and also I will say that if I get like big tips or whatever, like if I like, you know, like I like am fine if I make like $500 a month. Like after I've made like $500, I'm kind of just like doing it at like my leisure. Like, you know, like right now I'm on vacation because I made like the money that I needed to make to cover all of my Christmas gifts. I bought my mother a gaming PC with my money off Epal this year. Like
Wow.
stuff like that. Because she wanted to learn how to play Valorant with me, and I was like, "Okay, I'll buy you a gaming PC."
That's so nice. That's such a wholesome moment. Wait, good for you.
Yeah. So I needed to earn 500 for that. So I worked this month till I made 500. Then I worked up until I think it was like the 10th after that.
Yeah.
And I went on break because I want to spend most of like Christmas with my family in general, just all that stuff.
Wait, so does your mom still play Valorant with you?
She's not gotten the PC yet, but she's gonna get it for Christmas, and so then she will be playing Valorant with me.
I see. Okay.
She also wanted to play Fortnite with me. She wanted to learn how Fortnite worked because she saw me playing it.
Yeah. Wait, are most of your orders from Valorant actually?
Yes, most of them are Valorant. Well, it's also because my TikTok, it's only Valorant content. Like, it's Valorant in the background while I'm talking. So most of it's just gonna come from like Valorant. I chose Valorant strategically actually for my TikTok because originally I was gonna choose Genshin, but I didn't think I'd get enough hate in the Genshin community.
Okay, yeah, so that's fair. No, I mean, if you play it right, I'm pretty sure you'll get enough hate too there. They're very,
Yeah, no, I feel like you can get hate anywhere, but I thought Valorant had like the most toxicity and people who would hate my guts. So I strategically went and decided, all right, I'm going to put Valorant in the background. I'm going to use Valorant tags. And since I play Valorant already, it brings Valorant orders in.
Wait, why didn't you think about like League of Legends? Or do you not play League?
Because I don't play League.
Okay,
I refuse to play League. I will not play League. League is the most ordered game on the site. League is the most ordered game on the site. People play it all the time. They love it. Every single time I play with someone, they're like, why don't you have League up? You should start playing League, stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, I don't think I will. It's not worth the money. I refuse.
Wait, I always thought Valorant would be the most ordered one, considering how like down bad and people are in Valorant.
League plays way more down bad. Also, Epals existed before Valorant's existence, I believe. So.
Oh, I see.
League was there when like Epal was created, so it's obviously like League got a head start.
Right. Do you have any like other like creepy or weird stories for us from Epal?
Creepy or weird stories. I have some funny ones without.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay,
like, what are your experiences?
One of my biggest TikToks, like I think it's got like 700K views or something. This TikTok about how this guy paid me to be like his pretend girlfriend, and basically like I just like got into a game with him, and like I like pretended to his friends that I was his girlfriend.
Okay.
And he was really nice. And he later on updated me, and I did an update video, but I don't think many people saw it. But he actually got a real girlfriend. And he told me that, and I was like, "Aw."
How does his friends react? It's like rent a girlfriend, or wait?
Yeah, it was basically like rent a girlfriend, like the anime. I've never seen the anime. I don't watch anime unless I'm paid to. But after I uploaded that video, a bunch of people ordered me to trick their like friends or whatever into being like, "Oh, this is my fake girlfriend" or whatever, like for funny ha-has or just like whatever.
Yeah.
One time I was doing it and like, I don't do like the like, oh babe or whatever when I'm like playing, like when I'm doing that. I'm just like, yes, I am their girlfriend. Anyway, playing Valorant now. Like, I'm not gonna do like the like weird like acting like we're actually dating or something.
Yeah.
I had this one guy order and he was like, yeah, pretend to be my girlfriend. And I was like, okay, sure. This is like the third time I've done this. We're like about like halfway through, and this is after I'd already uploaded like my TikToks. I was gaining some traction there. This guy goes, you sound like this one girl on TikTok. And I go, I get that a lot. Yeah, your name's the same as her too. Haha. Really? That's funny. Oh, didn't know.
Wait, have you ever gotten recognized? Like,
oh, all the time.
All
the time. It's so embarrassing. It's only when I'm doing poorly.
Oh, damn. And does that like affect your session at all?
No, I don't think most people care. I mean, I've had it where I'm playing with like actual like IRL friends and stuff. Yeah. And they'll be like, oh my God, you're that one chick off TikTok. And I'm like,
yeah. No, I feel
and then I'll be like, and they'll be like, oh, who's your client? I'm like, I'm just playing with friends. And they're like, oh, so they're your client? Like, this is your client? This person's paying you to be here? I'm like, no, this is my friend.
Yeah. Damn. Hey, let me think, because this is just also interesting to me. Because, when I put out the tweet, like, a lot of guys came up to me, too. Would you know, like, what the ratio is for guys and girls on Epal?
Girls do way better. I will say this, girls do way better. Most of the guys I know on Epal who, like, do Epal, they order off Epal. Like, from time to time, they do orders and stuff, and so most of their orders come from playing with, they'll, like, order a girl, and then, like, that girl will order them again, like, later, just as, like, a, like, little, like, help them out. So that's really what I see with most guys. They're not really getting ordered organically. They're not really organically isn't like the right word, but like, they're not getting ordered just from like random people. They're mostly getting ordered from people who know them.
Right.
Not to say that it doesn't happen. If you're like really good, like if you're like a Radiant player or whatever, you're definitely gonna get like a bunch of orders.
For sure, yeah.
I would say that Radiant girls get more orders than Radiant guys, simply because that's what the most demographic on Epal is men, like ordering.
Yeah.
So.
And would you know,
I do think men can be successful. I know like some guys who make like a couple $100 a month like on there, and like that's successful in my opinion. If you're like breaking like a couple $100, like you're successful.
Yeah. Would you actually know who's like the most successful Valorant Epal?
Valorant Epal?
Yeah, or like within your circle, are you the most successful?
I think I'm decently successful. I don't think I'm super like popular within the Epal circle simply because I don't talk to them very often.
Okay.
It's not like oh, I'm too good, I'm not gonna talk to anyone. It's just like I don't have the energy to like expend in like going into the Discord and like vibing with people. I've spoken to some. There's a couple of girls who I'm really chill with. There's a couple of guys who I'm really chill with, but I keep to myself mostly.
I see. And have you like had any like escalations with customers or just like after, do they send you any hate messages if ever they didn't like the session or anything like that?
I've never gotten a hate message. Like, not that I can recall at least. Like, no, I've never even had a bad review. People just don't, I don't think they like waste their time doing it is like the whole thing. Like they don't have like the energy, they're not gonna waste their time to like do all that. Most people have been pretty chill. I have some girls on Epal who don't like me.
Really?
But like that's about it.
Wait, why?
Yeah. Epal's a freelancing site, and so it's competitive. You are competing against one another. Like that's it.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah, you're competing against one another. Like the whole thing is, if you are on Epal, like yeah, sure, you can be friends like the other Epals, but you're technically in competition.
Yeah.
It's a freelancing site. You are the only one who's getting you orders. Like sure, Epal has some like matchmaking features, but it's all about how you present yourself. If people find you charming or funny or whatever, they have to decide to order you. You have to be eye-catching. You have to get the orders. It's not like Epal just hands them to you.
I see.
So girls and guys on there are all within competition with each other. And so you can be friendly, you can be nice, but like at the end of the day, technically you are all in competition. And so some people will get really intense about that. Like I had this one girl, this guy, he became one of my like regulars, I guess you could say. He ordered me just to like watch like a lot of anime and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had this one girl reach out to me and be like, hey, you took my regular, like what the fuck is wrong with you? How dare you? Like blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And also not my fault.
Wait, how did she even accuse you of stealing her regular? Like,
because like when you leave a review on Epal, you can use like anonymous or whatever. You can like be anonymous. Normally it'll show like the like first character and like last character of your name and then like a profile picture.
Yeah.
So I guess the girl like noticed that he wasn't ordering a lot. And when I like end an order or whatever, you can review your clients and I will sign off on my little things with like a little sun emoji.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, I'm not gonna say my name, but like people will know like, oh, Sun was the one who reviewed this person.
Yeah.
Just so like I always like tell people like, hey, he was weird, or like, hey, like I like to give like advice. Like when I like review someone, I'm like, oh, this guy was like really nice. Ask him about this. He will talk about it like nonstop and stuff. But I signed it off with like a little sun emoji. And so I guess she saw that, found my profile like through that or whatever, like found out who I was through that and messaged me and was just like, hey, like you need to like back off. And I was like, I will not be doing that.
Yeah, but he came to you, right?
Will not.
I mean,
yeah, he came to me. It wasn't like I like went out there and was like, oh, I'm gonna like steal all your viewers or whatever.
Yeah.
Clients or whatever. It was just like, I'm just vibing. I was like new to the site at this point too. Like it was like in my first like couple of months.
Yeah.
So I was still pretty new. So I was like, oh, that's weird. I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah, that is so weird. Damn. Wait, so would you say that you've made like a lot of friends off of Epal? Other Epals, clients, whoever?
Not really.
No.
I would say I think a lot of people on there have like a hustler's mindset. They're like trying to like make their money. They're trying to like do something with it. They're trying to become big content creators. They're trying to do this or that or that or this. And so like a lot of them kind of just are like looking for like a leg up. So they're looking to get into videos with big YouTubers. They're looking to see who has like views. Like I've had people reach out to me and just be like, hey, do you want to do a video together? And I'm like, not really. Or like be like, hey, can you feature me on your channel? Hey, can you give me a shout out on your channel?
Yeah.
And I'm like, not really, because I'm not getting anything out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and like maybe that's a little mean. I try not to be super mean, but it's also like I don't see how to like do with it. Like what to like. It just feels weird. Like I think it's like very false. A lot of the interactions I have on there with other Epals or just with other people in general feels very false and feels like marketing, or like not marketing, like a business interaction. Which is like fine, it's a business, but like I'm not really like on there to like do business stuff.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Not like business with other people. Like it's not like, you know, I'm on there to like get my like money and like get my clients and like that's my business, but I'm not on there to like put people in my videos and like cultivate an empire of Epals or something.
Yeah.
That's not my interest. I'm promoting myself, getting my money and keeping to myself.
And would you say that like Epal is a good route into content? Because you've personally done it, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay, I will say that I only have like 20K followers on TikTok. My videos can get on average, like right now they're averaging like maybe like 40 to 50K views like every single time I upload, and I upload like once to twice a week.
So that's...
which isn't bad by any like means. Like that's normally like what my average is. They used to like average like well over 100K views like whenever I uploaded. I think it's going down now simply because people aren't interested, and that's just what happens. Like people, the facade of it, or like not the facade, the new like part of it, like it leaves. I've noticed a lot of girls will like reach out to me and be like, hey, are you okay if if I like steal your content, like if I like make content just like yours, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't own it.
Yeah.
It's not like I own this content. It's not like it's like lots of people have the same style as me. Like I don't own this content, go for it. But I've never seen any have like as much success to some degree. Like I've seen like a couple people succeed with it, but like it's normally like a one-off almost.
I see.
And I think it's because I carved out a niche, but it's like a hard niche to like follow.
Right. That's kind of all the questions I have. Do you have any like other things you want to share about Epal and just your experience with it?
I think it's genuinely, I've had a pretty good experience. I do want to say, I think a lot of people misrepresent Epal as an adult site or as like something not safe for work. It's not. I think like a lot of videos are often like seen, they're like very not safe for work, like that are sponsored by Epal, for God's sake. It's supposed to be a family-friendly site.
Okay.
It is supposed to be a family-friendly site.
The way Epal kind of advertises itself sometimes, it's like...
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I think the funniest thing is I spoke to the people who do the Epal advertisements. They've reached out to me when my TikTok went big.
Yeah.
They reached out to me and were like, how did you do that? Because ours are flopping. And I was like, I don't know. Here's like all of my advice that I have. And then they took that advice and used none of it.
Well, to be fair, I mean, the whole like NSFW part kind of does well. Like,
it does well, but I don't think it brings actual clients onto the site.
Really?
No, I don't think it brings like anyone onto the site who's actually like looking to order. It brings people onto the site who want to troll.
Yeah.
Or who are looking for not safe for work experiences, which is not what's on
there.
It's not what's supposed to be. It is like every Epal is supposed to be 18 plus. However, there's no age verification for that. They don't ask for your ID or anything. So you could very well be asking for explicit things from a minor, which is terrifying to me. I don't think Epal should advertise as not safe for work.
Wait, are minors allowed to sign up?
Epals?
Yeah.
You're allowed to sign up to order on the site when you're 13. If you're under 18, you're not supposed to be an Epal. But they don't age check you. They don't ask for your ID. There's none of that. It scares me a little bit. Like, I'm like, I don't want like a minor. I know what I've been exposed to on the site. I don't want a minor being exposed to that on the site.
Yeah.
Like, that makes me like uncomfortable. Like, ooh, yucky.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wait, wow. Yeah, they need better
Yeah.
age checks for that, I guess. That's
Yeah.
kind of weird. Is there anything else you want to say about like the whole Epal experience or anything like that? Because this was like a really informative interview. Not gonna lie, I learned so much.
Epal just in general, I think, is not a bad site. I definitely understand why people dislike it or why people have issues with it or why people view people who order off of it or just do it in general negatively. But at the end of the day, I'm just kind of on there to make my money and vibe.
Yeah. No, I feel
like,
that.
that's it. I want my money.
All right, thank you so much for like coming on, Sunny. This was super great.
Yeah,
and
of course.
yeah, if you want to plug like your socials or anything, like now's the time, you know.
I am Epal Sun on TikTok if you want to follow that. All of my links are on that TikTok, so like if you want to like order me, go to my TikTok and then go to my link tree, and yeah, there you go.
Thank you so much.
I'm not taking
again.
orders till after Christmas though, so yeah.
Enjoy your vacation, Sunny. But yeah, thank you
of
so
course.
much again for coming on and for doing the interview.
Yeah, of course. If you ever need another Epal, I'm here.
All right, thank you, Sunny.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye.
You too. Bye bye.